The party was lame to me.
Theory.
Theory.
This is the fun.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I am being joined by my co-host and sister, Vetta. Vetta, how you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hey, you. How you doing?
Good. You?
I'm doing good. And on this episode, we are talking to our favorite person, WhiteBear. WhiteBear, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, hi, Mark. I'm doing great. I'm doing Swellington today.
That's great. I love it. And on this episode, we are going to be reviewing the movie The Count of Monte Cristo. And I don't know about you guys, but every time they said The Count of Monte Cristo, every time they said Cristo in this movie, I go, Cristo, oil! But before we get started on talking about this absolute wonderful movie, I'm going to ask the most important question of the night, and that is, what are you drinking? And WhiteBear, since you're our guest, we'll start with you. What are you drinking, buddy?
An ice cold, smooth Bush latte.
Yeah, I always latte my boosh too. Anyways, Betta, what is a boosh latte? What is that? Tell me.
Bush light.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm fancy.
No, that's great.
I'm trying to church it up over here, y'all.
That's great. All right, Betta, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Monte Cristo.
Dude, I almost drank that. Tell everybody what's in a Monte Cristo.
Yeah, so it is Kahlua, Grand Marnier, coffee, and then whipped cream and chocolate garnish. But you know how I feel about garnish. It's a waste of space in the cup. There's no whipped cream and there's no chocolate garnish. There was just, now I need to take up the space for the whipped cream. More Kahlua.
Exactly. What's Grand Marnier? Because I was like, I don't have time to look for that shit, and I don't have time.
It's like an orange liqueur.
Yeah, fuck that noise. I'm not going to the liquor store all the way across town just to get Grand Marnier. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. As soon as I saw it, I was like,
I have a rum and Coke because this is gonna go down smooth. I have a rum and Coke
right
as
on.
my.
Yeah, it sounds.
There you go.
It probably tastes like candy. All right, so I am going back to my rule from season 1. If they drink wine in the movie, I drink wine for the podcast. So that is what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a glass of red wine for this one. It's a Pinot Noir. And we are going to be talking The Count of Monte Cristo, the classic story of an innocent man wrongly but deliberately imprisoned, and his brilliant strategy for revenge against those who betrayed him. Dashing young sailor Edmond Dantes is a guiltless and honest young man whose peaceful life and plans to marry the beautiful Mercedes are interrupted, shattered, and by his best friend Fernand, who wants Mercedes for himself. Deceives him. That's a weird synopsis. Okay.
Wow, that was an excellent display of the Michigan public school system there.
I hate you so much. Okay.
You've been drinking. It's okay.
You're right. It is okay. I just want you to know the next episode you're reading the synopsis. Okay. All right. So
I better practice that shit so I look smart, huh?
Yes. Anyways. So I real quick want to ask you, 1, when did you first see this movie? And 2, WhiteBear, but first, WhiteBear, why did you pick this movie specifically?
I think I first saw it on VHS back then. Like when it finally when it came out for rental and all that. But I don't know. Might have got a DVD. It was 2002. So, but as soon as it came out, for home video and rental and stuff like that, me and my father saw it, and dude, it was one of those movies that just kind of, I don't know. I feel like it should have got a lot more play for how cool it was, but yeah.
And then Vetta, when did you first see this movie?
Well, this version of it, never.
Oh, okay. Cool. I've only seen this version of this movie, and I saw it in 2004. So
you didn't have to read this book in high school?
No, we did not read this book. We read
we read the book Odyssey. And watched the 1970s version of it.
Oh, lucky you. Lucky you.
No, it wasn't.
I was being sarcastic. Yeah. Anyways, so all right, let's pull this. All right, so now we start off with this lovely description of what's going on. It says in 1814, the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte was exiled to the island of, now I say Alba, but that's not what it is. But I don't
Melba toast.
Melba toast. Okay, Melba toast is delicious. Okay, anyways, my mother eats that for breakfast. She's like, "Are you hungry? You want some Melba toast? So good. I love the Melba toast." Yeah. Okay. Anyways, off the coast of Italy. Fearing an attempt to rescue him, his British captors would shoot anyone who came ashore. And then we get this little map. Oh shit. God damn it, Kathleen. Okay. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Vetta ruins everything. She jinxed this shit.
Dang, Vetta.
She jinxed this shit like
anyone who watches knows this season with this. That is the fun part.
Okay, and it says no matter how innocent or desperate. Okay, so then we get Edmond Dantes, our main character here, and we get his bestie, which I want to talk about Fernand, Guy Pearce, throughout this entire movie. Man, his teeth are fucked up. Okay, anyways,
okay. I do like this movie as a book, so I do have problems with their relationship and with some of the correlations. So I will try to drink more and not be logical.
Yeah, don't be logical. I nobody likes that. Okay, so they go. Okay, so Edmond Dantes, he's like the second mate, right? And he is the captain's got like what do they call it? Like hay fever or some shit like that. Who cares? And they're all like, we need to take him ashore because he needs a doctor like ASAP. So they get up on this island, right? And they get these British soldiers to hunt them down because like a little idiot, he's all like, hey, and everything. And he's like, don't do that. And I'm all like, yeah, if somebody says don't do that, you probably shouldn't do it. And they're British, so they're probably all pissed off.
Yeah, I go, do you want to shoot a gun with a bunch of soldiers on a horse who have guns?
Of all things, let's just shoot a gun. Like,
yeah.
And okay, so they get up on here and the British chase them down and they climb up this hill, which I was like, the Brits on this whole part, I'm just like, what's going on here, you guys? You guys are on horses. You're going around. You're not going. I'm like, and they're kicking a lot of people in the face. There's a lot of kicks in the face.
Doesn't this remind you of a kid playing King of the Hills? Like,
yes.
They're running around trying to find the best way up. They're kicking them down.
Yeah. They're going through little pathways on this hill and everything. They're throwing guns at people and shit. I was all like, this is fun and everything. And then they finally run into Napoleon, who I just have to say, not as attractive as I thought he would be. Okay. So, and he's all like,
no.
How do you know, fucker? Anyways, so he's all like, I do not know these men. And I was like, you don't sound French at all. Okay. Because it should be like, I do not know these men's bonjour baguette. And I'm all like, yeah.
I would have loved if they were the Bill and Ted, if it was the Bill and Ted's
Napoleon, really? No. Seriously, that it was only like 12 years before this or whatever. They could have, they could have pulled that guy out of retirement.
Exactly, for sure.
Outfit
and all.
Outfit and all. Okay, so then they get to Napoleon's little humble abode, right? And I loved this guy because he's all like, you say he's in a coma, and he's like, then he won't feel this, and I'm like, well, if he's in a coma, he might feel it, because you don't know what's going on inside this captain guy's head. And then he's like, just the tip, and he's all like, and then he shoves the whole thing in there, and he punches him. He's like, that's for my wounded men. And Napoleon's like, or your ego. And I was like, ooh, burn and everything. I was like, Napoleon's just, coming up.
He's such a sassy bitch trapped on an island.
Yeah, right.
Waiting to be found.
He's got a lot of time to think of one-liners.
Exactly. That'd be so great if he's just sitting in his office. He's like, oh, I thought that was not a good one.
Oh, this would have been such a good one.
Yeah. The British are going to hate
this. Stand-up comedian.
This would have been perfect.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. All right. So then we get Fernand, and he's stealing wine and stuff, and they're sitting here and they're like, they do this thing where they pass off this king from a chess game, and they're like, you're the king of the day and everything, and so he gives Ferdinand the king piece. And they're just sitting here chit-chatting and everything and having a good time. jump here at any point in time if you guys want. And Napoleon, he's like, hey, Jim, Jesus, can I have a chat with you for just a hot second? And Jesus is like, sure. And he's all like, listen, he's like, you're going to do me a favor. You're going to take this letter and you're going to give it to a buddy of mine back in Versailles. Is that where it was? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. And this is the price for me to use my doctor on your captain. Like, you do this, you do something, you scratch my back and I'll let you know what you can scratch. Okay.
You scratch my balls, I'll scratch yours.
Exactly. So he's like, fine, I'll take your stupid letter and everything.
And I just want you to know, I don't think his doctor does anything. I think they just let the poor captain die. And
yeah. Well, because
I don't remember seeing a doctor anywhere.
Dude, he looks dead as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, as soon as they show his face and his eyes are like half open, I was like, oh, he dead. Y'all are stupid.
I love the one guy that goes, are you sure? Nope. Nope.
Yeah. No.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Still fucking dead.
Yeah, still fucking dead. So there he is. He looks very dead right there. Or he's really good at staring contests. He's like, very good at it.
That?
Ooh, he smells funny.
Yeah, right.
The only thing he's missing is a fly landing on his eyeball to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he captures it with his eyelashes. Okay.
Ooh.
Anyways, yeah, and then okay. So they make it back to Versailles, right? And they get in here and they go up to the guy that owns the shipping company. And he's all like, he's this guy, this dude right here, this bald guy right here. He's a real dickhole. I don't like him at all. And he's all like, this is Maurice, right? Maurice? No.
Danglar.
Danglar. Yeah. Sorry.
Dangler.
Dangler.
Oh, Bobby Dangler.
Yeah. So he's all like, I told him not to go on the island, but he didn't want to listen to me.
And Edmond Dantes refused my orders. What a bitch. He's such a little bitch. He's like, he refused me.
I feel like that's when Dante should have been like, snitches get stitches.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So he's all like, and then the guy that owns the company, I don't remember his name, but it doesn't matter. He's all like, well, you should have listened to the young whippersnapper because he's now the captain, bitch, and everything. And at this point, I was all like, I looked at Trisha and I was like, I am the captain now. I would have said that too. That would have been great too. There's a bunch of stuff in here that I wish they would have said that I'm like, oh, this was after their time, but it's fine. Anyways. And I love how he's like, you would dare demote me? And he's like, I did not demote you. I just promoted this guy. I was like, yeah, dummy. He didn't say you got a demotion. You'd be a big idiot. I'm like, you're still
the same job.
Yeah, you're still first name. Yeah. You little dopey idiot. Yeah. So I was like, maybe you don't deserve captain because you can't hear very well. So then he's all like, you're the captain. He's like, now you can marry that hot piece of ass you got out there and everything. Which, by the way, oh, sorry, I missed it. That hot piece of ass. So she came by and ran off with Fernand, and they went to the Rock and everything. So
but like, ran off with him.
Yeah. They just because they're besties. They're all besties, right? Now I just want to say right here, yeah. They've been friends since they were kids because she says that. They're not real besties. They're just in
the book they're just acquaintances that both work for the shipping company.
That's super fun. So right here, okay, I just want to say right here. Guy Pearce's wig drives me fucking mental. If this is not a wig, his hair drives me mental the whole fucking movie. Because like, look at the bangs; they're like very like out there like a claw, and then like he's got the Jufro going on, which I get if I let my hair.
I agree. I think it's a wig because I swear you can see the wig line on his forehead.
That's what,
that hairline is perfectly straight.
Yeah, or like he. I mean, maybe
like
he
reverse widow's peak or something. It's too perfect.
Yeah. And so they're sitting here talking, and he's like, why didn't you marry? And she's like, when we were kids, you got for your birthday, you got a pony, and Desmond, that's his name, right? Edmond, he got a whistle, and the only thing you wanted was Edmond's whistle and everything, and so she's trying to be like, you just want me because Edmond has me.
Yeah, he had the Oscar Mayer hot dog wiener whistle.
Yeah, exactly. Which those were pretty cool. I just want to say those were pretty cool and everything.
He's an entitled little bitch.
He is such a little bitch. So, but he knows how to use a sword, and I'm not using that as a metaphor. Okay, that's what she said. Yeah. Then I banged her. Anyways, so So then he tells her, he's like, I'm a captain now and everything. She's like, yeah, you're a captain and everything. And she's like, come fuck me on the beach.
Now.
Yeah, you're the captain. So these two, they get it on the beach. Like, look at them. They're just going at it. They didn't show anything, which I was like,
making Krabby Patties.
Can't be comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, imagine what year it is. He's just like I don't know. They both probably smell like shit.
Whatever. Died of sepsis or something.
Yeah, right on. So while all this is going on, Guy Pearce, his character Fernand, he knows that Napoleon gave Edmond the letter, and he's annoyed that Edmond didn't tell him. Which again goes back to what a little bitch. Like Jesus Christ. Like he's like, because during that whole thing, he's like, Edmond has secrets. And she's like, she's like, he does not have secrets from me and everything. It's like, oh no,
her accent was hardcore in this movie. Fernand, no. Yeah, you're like, shut the fuck.
yeah. I was like, it's a good thing you're pretty, sweetie, because I'd be like, shh.
He's gonna cheat on you later, but yeah.
Yeah. So they are sitting here, and he's like, now I can marry you. So then Fernand, he runs into Argus Filch here, and he's like, hey, I've got a secret. It's my copier and everything. And so he tells him about how Edmond got a letter from Napoleon. And then this bitch goes and tells, what is the dude's name? He's the head prosecutor or some bullshit like that. I can't remember. I don't remember his name. Please don't ask me to remember. Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Villefort.
Yeah, Belfort. Yeah, Belfort. So they're sitting here, they're having dinner and everything, and I'm all like, and he's all like, my son, the captain, and everything, and all their stuff, and they're having a good time. And then he gets arrested by these guys, and he's like, I will clear my name. I'll be back by morning. So he's sitting here and talking to Belfort, and Belfort's all like, did you go on the island? He's like, yeah, I did. And he's like, did Napoleon give you a letter? And he's like, yeah, he gave me a letter. He's like, I got it right here and everything. He's like, and then he's all like, I believe you that you did. Oh, I forgot to mention something. Back at the ship company, the guy that was supposed to pick up the letter shows up, and he's like, did the person that got on the island, Clarion, yeah, and he's like, and then he's all like, and he's like, no, he's like, and then he's like, oh, I'll find him or whatever. So then this guy right here, Belfort, he's all like, he's like, I have the letter. He's like, he's reading it. He's like, this is a time and date of when Napoleon was going to escape from the island. He's like, I believe you that you're innocent. And then he's like, and then as he's like, you're free to go. And as he's leaving, he's like, oh, hey, by the way, I forgot to ask you, who was it that was supposed to pick up the letter? And he's like, this Clarion dude. And he's all like, oh,
he's like, wait, who?
Yeah, who? Your papa? It's my papa. What?
It's like, don't worry, I don't know how to read, so It's like, you don't know the contents of this, right? And he's like, nah, my bitch ass can't read, dude. You jumped out the window in the 4th grade, so you're good.
Which I have a problem later, because later he's carving words into the wall in a perfect quote, and I'm like, bitch, if you can't read, how do you know what you're writing?
I mean, that's
true.
Yeah. So then,
don't break my movie, Vetta.
Yeah, Vetta. Have another drink. Have another drink.
I should have warned you.
So then he's all like, hey, did you say Clarion? Why don't I give you a ride in my coach back to your little house, your little hovel? And he's like, oh, sure. And he gets in. Now, I would have been like, your coach has bars on it. No, thank you.
This isn't a regular coach. What's going on?
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah.
So then they take him to the shipyard, and they're like, you, mister, are going straight to what is the Delphi, whatever the little prison is called. And he's like, no. So he runs off, and he runs over to Guy Pearce's house, right? And he's like, Guy, he's like, help me out, dude. They want to arrest me, and I didn't do anything wrong. And Guy's all like, you didn't tell me about the letter. You have a hot girlfriend. I want it.
Yeah, he's like, you're below me. You're supposed to want to be me, not me want to be you.
Yeah, he's such a dickhead, and he's like, oh, are you know, do you need money? You know, do you need a weapon and all that? You know, he's like, yeah, I don't have a sword. And he's like, oh, that's great. You know?
Yeah, that's good. And, that's great. and they do their little sword fighting, which Edmond is not very good at sword fighting.
No,
because he wasn't trained right. And so he's easy to it's really easy for him to like defeat him or whatnot. And
like
so before
skillfully disables him too, you know, he's like, it was a fucking whistle, you beat me, but you know.
That would have been the best of me to pull the whistle out of a pocket and go, sorry, you can have the fucking whistle.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You're the whistler today, Fernand.
So I hate his hair. I still hate his hair so much in this entire fucking movie. And his
those mutton chops, those burns. Oh yeah,
everyone's teeth in this movie drive me insane.
Yeah, his teeth drive me the most insane because they get yellower and yellower, and I'm like, you know, gingivitis is the leading cause of all tooth decay. Just so you know.
Okay, well, first of all, they've got twofold. They're in Europe, which you know, dentistry isn't the big thing, and it's like the 1800s.
Yeah. They're like dentistry. What is dentistry? What are you talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
So then, before he leaves, okay, he gives Edmond this piece from a chess place, and he's like I can't remember what he says, but he's like you're the king now or whatever, or you'll never to remember better days.
Yeah.
And so then we get Flareon, whatever this guy's name is, and he goes to his papa's house, right? And this is his wife, who is, I just want to say, a lot of Harry Potter actors in this movie. This is Narcissa Malfoy. Anyways, I was pointing it out to Trisha the whole time. Okay, so then he's like,
loves that.
Yeah. Well, she was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. Okay, so Papa here, he's like, Papa? He's like, Papa. Were you gonna? Yeah, he's like, were you gonna get that letter from Napoleon? He's like, listen, when the Emperor returns, you know, how do you think you're gonna look? And of course, the wife is all like, listen, you fucking crazy loon. She's like, you better shut the fuck up before somebody hears you. And
that's his sister.
Oh, that's his sister. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
That's Villefort. Son, daughter, and the old man. And he's like, you're gonna look like total dummies.
Yeah.
He's like, when Napoleon returns, I will be vindicated.
Yeah, he's like
French fries all over your fucking stupid face.
Exactly.
Are you gonna French cry? Oh, well.
Okay, so then we get Edmond sent to this
Chateau d'If.
Yeah, Chateau d'If. Okay, I was calling DF and everything the whole time because I was like
D apostrophe AF.
Yeah. I was like, the French don't know how to spell.
Dude, they have problems.
Yeah. So, and it's on this little like island or whatnot. And so they go up in here and we meet the warden, and he says to the warden, he's like, I know you've heard this from probably everybody, but I'm innocent and everything. And I love how the one dude laughs and everything. And I'm all like, why are you laughing? It's not a funny joke anymore. You've probably heard it like a million times too. And then he tells him, he's like, you know what gets me is, dude, I believe you, because if you were guilty, they wouldn't send you to DIF. They would send, because DIF is where they send people that they want to forget.
Yeah.
So
they're embarrassed of. Yeah.
By the way, I killed the crow. Anyways, so then he's like, what the fuck? So they take him to a cell, and
you killed the crow. Look at his face right here. Dude, that's what happened to Brandon Lee. Oh my god, I'm going to die.
So I love when they go in here and the one guy like stops him. He's like, "Look, you have a window." I'm like, don't fucking. He's showing you the goods, dude. You got a window. You're probably better off than most.
Hey, this was real estate or a realtor before.
Prime real estate,
right?
The prison
there
and
you
everything.
Go. Thank you. I've been drinking. It's hard.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. So then he's like, listen. He's like, a lot of people in this place, they keep track of time by marking up the wall, or they count stones or whatever they do. He's like and on the wall it said, God will give me justice. I think that's what it says. He's like, but God is not here, and he's like, God is everywhere, and he's like, well, what I like to do is I like to give you a little beating every year on the anniversary of your first day and everything. And he's like, God is everywhere, and he's like, all right, how about this? He's like, I'm gonna start beating the shit out of you, and when you ask for God for help, and when he shows up, I'll stop. And I would have been like, if it was me, I'd be like, no. I meant that like metaphorically, dude. Like I'm not saying like he's here, like I see him and everything. I'm just saying like he's here, like he's here, like not like
he says, sadly, God isn't in France in this time of year.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that Michael Wincott, Mr. 8 packs of smokes a day, he's rocking it here.
Yeah. Plus, he's very funny in this movie. Like he's also like Napoleon. He's like, oh, that's a good one. The next inmate that comes in, I'm gonna say that to him and everything. So he just
send this shit to Bonaparte.
Yeah, right. And then he starts whipping him. So then the next thing we get is Napoleon. He comes into town, right? He's all like, Napoleon has landed and everything. He's escaped from Elba and everything. And then this guy's all like, shit and everything. So he's rushing back to the office because he's all like, I got to get some shit taken care of, right? And so then we get the whole family is here. We got the boss, the dad, the soon-to-be wife, and the bestie and everything. And he's all like, Edmond Dantes is innocent, right? He's like, this is I like how he's like, this is the first time we are meeting Edmond Dantes is innocent. And he like gives him the look like, hey, fucker, don't rat me out and everything. And he just gives him the like, what are you talking about? Look at the nutsack of a chin I have. And so then he's all so then he's like all
two
like
smooth eggs.
Yeah. So then he's like, listen, sorry, he's been sent to, Chateau d'If.
No, he's gonna be executed.
Yeah.
No, I thought he said he's been sent to Chateau d'If. There's nothing we can do about it.
No, he tells him he doesn't know where he is. And
good. Yeah, all right. You're right.
That he's gonna be executed.
Right on. Yeah. And she's like, please, so he has never hurt a soul in his life and everything. And
I'm like, can't we make them leave the room and I'll blow you real quick and he can come home.
Yeah, right, exactly. And
these teeth are fake. I can pull them right out right now and give you a gummy. It's fine. I got these from Halloween store right down the street.
Exactly. They're chiclets. And so he's all like, he's like, why don't you guys go ahead and leave, you little idiots, and I'll talk to him. And then
I'll blow him.
Yeah.
He looks like he might.
Yeah, exactly. And so they have a little conversation. Now we find out the conversation that we have later is that Guy Pearce is all like, hey, listen, I need this fucker to go away. And he's all like, I can see why you wanted him to go away because you want his hot woman. And he's like, listen, I got a problem, okay? It's my daddy, okay? Dad is, a Napoleon sympathizer. I am not. I'm just a, opportunist. And I've been putting a lot of Napoleon sympathizers in jail. So what I need you to do is to kill my dad. And if you do that, I'll, because my dad's the only one that, could really like fuck my shit up and everything.
Well, and isn't he the one that gets Guy Pearce's dad and brother sent to war as well? So they'll die as well.
Yes, yeah. Because he's all like, how is your father? And he's like, unfortunately alive. He's like, well, we both have that problem. And I'm all like, and you guys are dicks. I love my dad. What's going on here?
Dear Lord, there's got some problems. Therapy, guys. Therapy.
Yeah, exactly.
And he wants someone to write him like a doctor's note saying, oh, yeah, your man dead.
Yeah. So we get the letter where it says Edmond has been executed. And she's all crying and everything. And Edmond is sitting in this cell looking more and more like Jesus every day. I'm like, God damn, they really did the thing. Okay, so this was his casting call.
Whip me again.
Yeah, right. So he's carving into the wall and everything, and he's seeing birds and getting whipped once a year. And after 4 years, I believe it's 4 years of being in this place, he tries to off himself, right?
But then the man that can't read sees the words on the wall and is all of a sudden like, oh, that's right.
Yes. So then he's sitting here eating, right? And then all of a sudden his floor starts to move and everything. And I was like, I want to be honest with you.
Is legitimate though.
for sure. Because I immediately I went back and I was just like, oh, it's tremors when the things come up to the floor and everything. I was like, I'd be freaking out too. I'd be like, I would be screaming. I'd be like, shit. And everything. So then he's freaking out, and there's just a head. He's like, and then so
the floor just grew a boner. I'd be surprised too.
Yeah, it's like a diglet and everything. So then he's like, oh, he's like, hey, he's like, this isn't Hogwarts. So
you must have taken a wrong turn.
Yeah, exactly. So we get Richard Harris here, who is the priest. I don't remember what his name was. He just kept calling him priest.
Yeah, I don't know his name either, but that's all they call him.
Faria.
We're just gonna call him the priest because I'm not gonna.
We're gonna call him priest.
Yeah. And
nobody calls him that.
Yeah, he's all like, ah, shit, I dug the wrong way. God damn it! I've been digging for, what did he say? Like 5 years.
Directions my whole life.
Yeah, you know, when you're stuck in a box, you can't. You know, you're like north, east, south. East is this way, I think. So he's all like, he's like, show me out. He's like, let me stand on your shoulders, see outside. And then he's all like, listen. He's like, I know. He's like, I'm pretty fucking smart, yo. Like, I'm pretty smart and everything. So listen, I'll give you. I'll
like the wrong way, but I am so smart. Like, oh my god, you might as well come out of the floor with a carrot and said, "What's up, Doc?"
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, listen, I need to dig the opposite direction, and you're gonna help me. And if you help me,
I need to do it way faster than the 5 years it took me to go the wrong way.
Exactly.
You're young, so let's do this.
Exactly. So he's like, if you do this for me, I will, I'll teach you stuff. I'll teach you all the things you need. He's like, will you teach me to
an amazing swordsman?
Yeah. He's like, I'll teach. No, not yet. He doesn't say that yet. Because he says, he's like, will you teach me to read and write? And he's like, yeah, fucker. How, if you can't read and write, what's the point? So then they're just digging away with the crappiest of tools. I love this part right here because I love how Richard Harris is all like, he's like, move, I want that seat. And I was like, yeah, bitch, move. He wants his seat, you little fucker. Yeah. That's prime real estate in the cell and everything. And they're just sitting here chit-chatting and everything. And so he's all like, and during these little chit-chats, he is teaching him how to read, write, arithmetic, all this good stuff. You know, he's like, you know, you're an Aries, I'm a Pisces. We work great together. And then he's all like, and then one thing that he tells him is like, something about Sparta. I don't remember exactly what he says, but he's like,
the great treasure of Sparta.
Yeah. Okay. Great treasure of Sparta. He's like, I know where. Oh no, he doesn't tell me he knows where. He's like, the reason I'm locked in here is because they think it'll jog my memory of where it is and everything, because they think I know where it is. And so they put me in here to jog my memory. And he's like, but I'm not going to tell him. And so they're sitting here late at night, and he's like, hey, turn the light out, fucker. You're wasting the oil or whatnot.
Yeah, that's literally his earwax that he's built up over the years.
Right.
It takes a long time.
It does take a long time. And so he's like, hey, you know how to sword fight, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you're going to teach me how to sword fight, fucker. And he's like, fine, in the morning. So then this part, now I just have to say the whole jail cell thing, this was my favorite part. He's like, you have to be quick like the water. And then I love how he's just like with the thing. And I'm all like, what are you doing right now? What are you doing? Like, that's the worst
version of wax on,
wax off. Yeah. But I was like, stop it. I was like, come on, you just do what he says, not some stupid bullshit, you little asshole. And so they're digging. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm claustrophobic. Like, I would not be happy in those little tunnels. I'd be like, this is not fun.
Oh, the tunnels I would not have been good in. I'd have been fine in the cells. But yeah, the tunnels I would have been like, all right, this is too much. Too much.
Yeah. I was just like, God damn it. I was like,
I just caves in. That would be my biggest fear the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I'd be like, we need a little bit more structure here. We got any wood? I also loved when they capture the rat, how they capture it, and they were like so happy. They're like, yeah, rat and everything. I'm like, man, your delicious looking soup wasn't good enough, guys. So
they're potatoes in water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then they're sitting here going over, why he was put in jail. And he's like, you're talking to Clarion or whatever his name is. And he's like, yeah. He's like, what did he say there? He's like, and what did you tell him? He's like, well, I told him who it was. And then he gets all mad. He's like, oh, they planned this whole fucking thing. God damn it. I'm so angry.
Yeah. Cause the priest is like, wait, they burned the letter. So the evidence is gone. So why are you here?
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. You can't read. You're ignorant, and he wanted to bang your girl and all that.
He's like, dude, you were set up.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm so mad and everything.
And then the priest is all like, but revenge is never wise. And he's like, screw you. Revenge is amazing.
Exactly. You know what gets me about this stuff like this? Everybody's always like, forgive and forget. And I'm like, fuck that noise. I am not Jesus, and I do not have dementia. It's remember and revenge. Okay. The two R's. Okay. So
where's the life lesson in forgiveness?
Exactly.
I'm learning one, but the other fucker's not. So
exactly.
No.
That's what I always tell people when they talk about, like, when they say I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, if you're looking for forgiveness, go talk to Jesus, because he's handing out like Halloween candy. I, on the other hand, am not. So okay. So they're sitting here digging.
Money, if you pay me, I will forgive you.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, $20 is $20. So while they're digging right here, they come across some roots and everything, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we're doing good here, dude. We've come across roots. That means we're by water, aka the ocean." So they're all like happy and everything. So he's gonna go get the rest of the tools or whatever, help him out, and they get a cave in. And while they're doing that, Dumbledore, he gets crushed by some rocks and stuff and gets pulled out. And he's like, listen, he's like, hey, he's like, my lungs are punctured. And he's like,
he's identifying everything. Like he's doing his own autopsy. Lungs crushed, tacos seeping. Like, it's kind of funny to me, but yeah, it's so good.
It is funny.
Well, I think it's funny because they make this guy, the priest, out to be so and so smart, not super smart, but like in the book, he's like super intelligent. He is a doctor and a priest and all this other stuff. And I just cracked up the whole time. I'm like, I don't get why he knows all this stuff. Where did he learn it? Because they play it off like he's just a dumb priest. Like all he knows is God and philosophy.
Exactly. Shit. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so then he's like, I don't have much time. He's like, go to the loose stone and get my map or whatever. So he goes to the thing and he gets the map, and in the map, which is right next to him, it tells him where the treasure of Sparta is, right? But then they get the guys come, because every day they'll bring soup. They get picked up every day is they get the soup, and then they get the shit bucket.
Yep.
So he comes to bring him soup, and he's like, hey, where's your plate and everything, and he leaves. And they come and they put him in a bag and everything.
Yeah, and he says something like, I knew because in 15 years he's never not been there and said thank you.
Yeah. He always said thank you. So they put him in this little knapsack, right? And then so Jim Caviezel, he's all like, hey, I'm getting the fuck out of here, because look at me, I look like a caveman. And so he mixes himself with Dumbledore, and he gets in the little knapsack. And in walks the warden, and they get him. And I don't remember the joke he makes here, but he cracks himself up like it's a $2 drink minimum.
Says, hurry up, I don't have all day. And then he's like, oh wait, I do. Time in the world.
All the time in the world.
I was like, yeah, I just remember, like, I was like, what is this? What is it? Or two drink minimum with this place?
It is France, and he's been there a long time.
Right. He's like, I don't have all day. I killed the crow. Anyways.
I'm pretty sure he's crazy. And they went, hey, that really crazy mental patient that we don't know what to do with? Let's put him in charge of the people we don't want.
Right.
Well, yeah, I guess you'd have to, like, that's your life. That's your job now, is to go live on an island with a bunch of dudes and, in a prison. I guess you got to have something going for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So then they're taking him out to the sea.
To bury him. And I love their idea of burying somebody.
Yeah. They're just going to throw him in the ocean and let him sink and swim with the fishes. So they go into Jim Caviezel's cell, because he also forgot to set up his plate, which was a little bit, hey, dumb. You can learn to read, but you don't know how to fucking set up, the right time. Blah, blah, blah. So they take him out to the ocean. Well, the one guy's like, hey, this isn't the old guy isn't in the nappy sack. So they're about to throw him out.
I love when he's running up the stairs and he's trying to yell, and I'm like, dude, you clearly don't do cardio because he's like, dear God, how many stairs are in this place?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So and I love these guys because they're like 1, 2, and then they start over again because he's all like, what's happening over here and everything. And they're like,
Macedoniac.
Yeah, exactly. So while they're doing that, he grabs the keys from the warden, and they both plummet into the ocean, right? But he's got the keys, and he unlocks the lock that's keeping him tied down to these little cannonballs.
Literally,
when you hold your breath. The whole time that he does this.
Yeah. And so he comes up for air. And when he does it, he sees the warden like just holding on to the rocks. I'm going to see if I can get a good thing.
And it kind of like dawns on him that he's got to kill the warden or they're going to know he escaped.
Right. And so, but I love how he's like when he looks over, this dude is just like, oh shit, it's him and everything. Like he's just like, hey, so then.
My favorite part is the two guys above when they look down and they're like, we probably should have handled this different.
Yeah. They're like, we are so fired, you guys. Like,
I'm not telling anyone about this. This is crazy.
I didn't see anything happen here. Did you?
Right, exactly. So then the next day he's on the island, on the island across the island, the water with the island and everything. And he's super happy, but he comes across some smugglers, right? And then this guy, oh God, his name.
I want a movie about this little band of thieves.
They were super fun. His name is Luigi, which I was like, it's Luigi. He's like, I have a problem, my dude, but you have offered me the best solution. So you see this guy Jacopo over here. He kept some treasure to himself, which is a no. He's got to share with the whole crew. He's like, so I wanted to bury him alive. But some of my crewmates, they were all like, no, you need to spare Jacopo's life. But
he's our best fighter.
Yeah, because he's our best night fighter. He's like, but you have offered me a way out where I can. He's like, how is that? And he's like, you're gonna fight Jacopo to the death. My men get their entertainment. What's going on over there, WhiteBear? What's going on? Huh? You killing somebody? What's going on? You in a knife fight? You in a knife fight? Knife fight.
Have coffee.
Oh, okay. So he's like, you're gonna fight him, and this will give entertainment to my men. If he wins, he comes back into the crew. All of us forgiven. If he loses, he dies, which I'm happy.
And I get what I want.
Yeah, I get what I want. So he's like, and then he's like, and if I refuse, he's like, we will kill you both. And he's like, I would love to fight your man, Jack.
Gladly.
I was like, good answer.
Yeah.
So he's all like, so all right, so let's fight some Jacopo. Now, my favorite thing about this is Luis Guzman, I love
him so much.
Yeah, and I love how I'm like, this is your best knife fighter. Get the fuck out of here! What are you talking about? I was so out of shape. Like, I'm like, shut up.
He's not a fancy knife fighter. He's just really gay.
Fighting. I feel like he chirps at him.
And he beats him, right? What did you say, Vetta? What did you say?
I said, I bet he talks shit. He's chirping at him while they're fighting because Luis just seems like that type of guy. Like, he's not just
You know what I really wanted them to do in that Michael Jackson music video when just I think it's a Beat It where they tie their hands together
like,
and they're like dance fighting there with the knives, and he's like, but I always if I don't know about you, you can't, if you can see my hand, if you're listening, dear listener, watch the video. But when they're holding their hands out, as soon as they said start the fight, I would just stab his wrist. I'm like in the wrist and everything. I'm all like, why? Okay, sorry, tangent.
You can't hold the knife. You can't stab.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I was like, you're.
Then you can't dance.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so then he's like, Luigi. He's like, listen, your men have gotten your entertainment. I want to spare Jacopo. He's like, now we both can be on your thing.
Don't you fucking move.
Yeah. He's like, so then Jacopo's all like, he's like, you have spared my life. I am your man forever. And he's like, yeah, I know, fucker. You're my bitch. I
promise on my ancestors and even the ones that ain't doing so well.
Yeah, it's so good. So then they're on the high seas for quite some time, and they get back to Versailles, right? And so he's like, you know this place? He's like, I used to call this home and everything. And he's all like, so he's been saving up his pennies. And they get back there, and he tells Jacopo, he's like, get us a ship. He's like, I don't care what kind of ship, you just get us a ship and everything. And so Jacopo's like, yeah, I'll do it and everything. So then he goes over to the boss man that he used to have, his house. I don't remember this guy's name. Morel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll say it's Morel. Yeah. And he's like, hey, can I talk to Morel? And she's like, my grandpa doesn't feel good, dude. Like, can you get the fuck out of here with my curls and everything? And he's all like, listen, just tell him, a friend of Edmond Dantes is here and he'll want to talk to him. Now, so then they're sitting here talking, right? Now, I just want to say right now, Jim Caviezel, all he did was grow out his hair and grow a fucking beard. And you can't recognize him? Like, what's happening? Like, everybody just doesn't recognize him.
But that's like every movie. All the movies we've seen where girls have glow-ups, all they do is take off their glasses and do their hair and makeup. And
that's a good point.
You know, or Superman, Clark Kent puts on glasses.
Clark Kent.
Now.
Yeah.
I
guess my glaucoma acting up.
Fuck off.
my glaucoma acting up.
I can't see so well no more.
Right. Well, this old man, I'll give him a pass because he is old and everything. And he even tries to tell him, he's like, Mr. Morel. And he just gives, he's like, what the fuck do you want, dude? And he's just like,
I'm kind of busy poking this fire.
Right. So then he's all like, tell me what happened to my main squeeze. And he's like, she married the count. She's now a countess, and they live in Paris. And so does the Clarion dude, whatever his name was.
Because he's the chief solicitor or something. Magistrate. Yeah,
whatever he is, who cares? So then so Jacopo gets a boat, right? And Jacopo's like, I got a great schooner. I don't remember what kind of boat he's got, but he's like, I got a great schooner.
I got a great deal. You wouldn't believe it. And they had clams for sale too, and that shit was good.
Okay,
dude, we get it. You are so excited.
Yeah,
like, stuck me with a gay knife fighter forever.
Right? I feel like this is not the type of boat they needed to sell where they were going.
I thought the same thing. When they start putting those chests on that boat, I was like, he's like, we can't fit any more. I'm like, you shouldn't fit what you fit on there already. I feel like it's gonna sink.
Capsize shit right there.
I'm all like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you fit like, whatever 20 chests on that boat, but I feel like you put way too much and everything.
And there's 8 more loads at the bottom of that.
Exactly.
Water.
Yeah. He'll give her 8 loads anyway. So, but the whole time I was like, was somebody's eyes bigger than their belly a little bit? Although his belly's quite big. Okay. So then they go onto this island and they follow the map to the treasure and they end up finding it. It's under the water and whatnot. And they load up.
I love this guy.
Yeah. I also love how he's just throwing gold coins all over the place. I'm like, hey, just because it's $1 million doesn't mean you can throw away a couple dollars.
Right.
Every dollar counts.
You're gonna have to go get that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I would be. I'd be like, hey,
that's coming out of your share, buddy.
Jacopo, pick that shit up, fucker. Like, don't just leave it. Okay. So and I love how he's like, you're the richest man you're richer than anybody I've ever known. I'm like, that's fucking hard. Who's the richest man? Luigi. I'm like, calm it down. Okay.
Dude, you're richer than Mario now.
So speaking of bad hair, look at Jacopo's wig. This is the worst fucking wig. I take it back. This is the worst wig in the entire movie because his hair, I was like, listen here, Tina, you need to calm down with your fucking hair. You need a new wig. So he goes to this guy and he's like, hey, we want to buy your house. And the guy's all like, get off my lawn or I'll get off my lawn or I'll beat you and everything.
Yeah, I'll have you a horsewhip.
Yeah. And so he opens up this back where gold and rubies spill out. And he's all like, do you want me to sign it over now or later? And everything.
He's like, do you want the ladies in waiting that come along with
it? Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
The stable boys? What else can I give you?
So then we get these invitations that get sent out.
I would love to go to a party with hand-delivered invitations like this.
Vetta, I was, as soon as he started delivering these invitations, I had forgotten this part, but I saw it and I was like, these invitations are fucking nice, yo.
I know, right?
For 18, for the 1800s, I was like, these are fucking fancy and shit.
I'm like, printing press going on right here. Exactly. Somebody had to paint all that shit.
Right. Yeah. Right. They better be paying me a fucking lot of money for this bullshit.
Yeah, right.
They're just God damn it, Becky, you fucked up your nose. What'd you say?
I said, where are my rubies and emeralds?
Yeah, and we're having to use all of our toner,
Yeah. Come on. So then they have this party where they just invite all the fancy ones, the creme de la creme, right? And so they're there and they set off fireworks. And I'm not a huge fan of fireworks. I don't know if you guys are.
Me either.
No.
And so he comes up. Now I just want to say this crowd right here is quite big. And he just says, like, as if an angel is sleeping on the tip of his tongue, he goes, ladies and gentlemen, the Count of Monte Cristo. I would have been like, huh? What'd you say?
Okay, and the angle that he comes in at, this is my problem. The angle that he comes in at most of it couldn't have been seen. Like, they missed part of the show because he's all the way up here landing on his little, hot air balloon.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing was his entrance was supposed to be really cool looking, but they can't see this, only the camera.
Yeah, you're totally right. You're totally right. They can't see it. And I would be surprised if they could see these little belly dancers on robes right here.
Yeah,
because you're right. He's on this platform and they're down below the platform.
Right.
That's a great yeah. What a waste of fucking money.
What a waste of fucking money.
Yeah, but
maybe that's just the coins that Luigi threw earlier. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, he does have a lot of fuck you money and everything. So I mean, like, I kind of get it. But then he comes down. He's like, I am the Count of Monte Cristo, and I'm all like, okay, great.
No, he only says greetings.
Oh, does he?
Oh, yeah. He just goes,
I fucking remember line for line and everything. Everybody loves
I'm a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm a sandwich. And I love how these stories like, what do we know about him? And I'm like, well, fuck all about him, okay? Because he's
not enough.
Yeah,
not enough.
So then we find out that the Count Ferdinand McLaughlin, whatever his last name is, I don't remember. He's not there. And neither is his wife because he turned in early. Why did he turn in early? He has a pressing matter to deal with in the morning. A duel where he stabs this dude straight in the fucking heart. Hold on, I'm trying to get it. God damn it. I hate
fucking his wife. And
he totally, and I'm all like, you couldn't have gone for the shoulder, dude. You couldn't have just got him in the shoulder. And I'm all like, I felt bad for this guy and everything. So then he goes home and she's all like, is the Count of Monte Cristo dead? And he's like, well, unless his heart is on the other side of his body. I'm like, a simple yes would have been fine, fucker. You don't have to get smart.
He's the cattiest bitches in this movie.
He is, yeah. And so he's like, he was just defending the honor of his family. And I'm all like, yeah, fucking dickhole. And then, okay, so then she's all like, there's like 3 mistresses or whatever. And he's like, well, now since I don't have to be secretive about it anymore. And he's like, it's quite
out of the bag.
Cat's out of it's quite liberating. And I was like, oh,
Fernand, you've given me the clap and every other STD. I know there are so many women. And he's like, well, now I can air that shit out.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, and the whole time I'm just like, can you brush your goddamn teeth? They are so gross. Like they just gross me out. So then we find out
some veneers, buddy. Come on,
veneer. And at this point, I'll
settle for Washington teeth going on there or something.
I'll settle for anything. I'm like, stop drinking these bourbons and shit that make your teeth gray and shit. Like it's just gross and everything. Okay, so he is gambling away his fortune and his loans. And I hate gambling, so it's like whatever. But I don't feel bad for him. And then he's going to the bank. He's like, I have a shipment of cotton. I'm like, please close your mouth. You're grossing me out right now. He's like, but I cannot get that shipment if I do not have a ship. And what they're trying to do here is the plan is to send him back to this guy, this
Dangler.
Dangler. And Dangler's all like, hey, long time no see, fucker.
look at Dagmara over here.
Time getting your ships.
He looks so like the one of the ugliest characters in the entire movie. He's like, oh, I bought me a top hat and shit. Dude looks like he's gonna drink a potion and turn into a monster later.
Right. So then they're gonna do business now. Okay, so then we go. So I liked this scene too, and he's like, what do they call him? Sarce or whatever. What's his nickname? On the pirate ship. Oh, I don't even remember. Anyways, so
Caesar.
Yeah, Caesar.
Oh shit.
And he's like, did you fall out of bed? And he's like, no, after sleeping 13 years on a floor, a bed feels weird or whatnot. And then he's like, damn, did that hurt? And he's like, do you have any more questions? And I'm like, yeah, what a dumb fucking, of course it fucking hurt. What are you talking about? Look at it. I'm like,
let me tie you up here real quick and give it a go and you tell me.
did that hurt or did you pay for somebody to do that? Because I could have been doing that for you.
Yeah, exactly. Like just a couple more coins to take place of those ones I just threw in the ocean for no reason. So then we get this one. So then what is her name? Mercedes. She comes in and she's like, your son would like to talk to you.
Zatara. It means driftwood. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Oh, Zatara. Yeah. And he's like, listen, he's like, I'm trying to deal with these fucking bills, woman. What do you want? And she's like, sorry, you got rid of all your inheritance, and now you're like gambling away your son's inheritance too, and everything. She's like, but he wants to talk to you. And so his son comes in, which is a very young Henry Cavill, and
baby Henry Cavill.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, speaking of Harry Potter, real quick, I just want to say he was supposed to play Cedric Diggory in that fourth movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know why he didn't, but he was supposed to. Anyways, so he's like, Father, some friends of mine are going to Rome for the weekend. Can I go? He's like, make it my birthday present. He's like, the mom is like, I already told him no. And he's like, let him go. And I was like, that's bad parenting right there. I just want to say that right now. That's such bad parenting.
Who is just up and sending their 15, soon to be 16-year-olds with a group of idiots to Rome?
That's what I said. I'm all like, that's insane.
This time he's probably middle-aged because he'll probably only live to be like 40, but still.
Yeah, I was, as soon as he said yes, he can go, I was like, what? This is bad parenting. I would never let my 15-year-old just go to another country.
I never send him protection.
I'll get some peace and quiet around here. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm like 15 in Rome. He's fucking some whores. That's just like you
bring the penicillin, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they did not have rubbers back then.
Did not have it.
And so they're at this masquerade, this little parade or whatnot.
Yeah.
And this girl comes up, this random stranger. She comes up and she kisses him, right? And then she's like, she shows him her face and she's all like, come hither, giving him that siren song and everything. And of course he's all like, he's like, oh, I'm going to take her.
She got boobies.
She wants to fuck. Wait, what'd you say, Vetta? What'd you say?
Because he's 15.
Exactly. As soon as she kissed him, he got hard. Like he was all like, it's go time. So he walks down this dark alley, which I'm like, you're so stupid. he's like, where you at, baby girl? And everything. And he gets kidnapped. And so Luigi's up in here. This is the whole smuggler gang. And he's all like, he's like, we're going to get, he's like, you want ransom and everything. He's like, we're going to send him your finger, fucker. And he's all like, I am the son of, Fernand, Count Fernand, whatever, whatnot, Guy Pearce, bad teeth. Do your worst. And he's like, are you attached to your finger? I'm like, dude, you don't want to take your finger. That you do. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah.
You won't be finger blasting nothing, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You want
that's all you got.
You want your hands and your fingers. Let me just say that right now. Take a toe. Just take a toe. That's fine. Yeah. What's that middle toe for? Nothing. You need, I think you need the pinky and the big toe. That's all you need. You don't need the other ones. Isn't it like if you cut off your pinky toe, you can't walk anymore or something like that? I don't remember. Anyways,
it throws you off balance. You can still walk.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, you need your balance. I'm just saying. Okay. So then in walks, Count Montenegro here, and he fights them, and he's like, you will untie him or I will kill you. And then he's like, and then the kid leaves the cave, and he's like, good job, guys. You earned your pay.
Yeah. And that's when Luigi comes out of the shadows, and
Luigi is making bank by letting this dude live. I just want to say that right now. Like he's like, I got to kidnap a 15-year-old for 15 minutes and pretend to get beaten in a knife fight, and then later on, I just have to drive a little carriage away from a ship. I am making bank. I'm doing so good. All these gold coins.
I meet up with Monte Cristo again. He just hands me bags of money.
Oil. Right on. So he's all like, you must come have breakfast with me tomorrow. And so he comes and he comes and everything. And they walk through this giant fucking house. I'm like, how many houses is this motherfucker buying? Like, Jesus Christ. And then they bring him in and he's signing papers and all this stuff. And he's like, how did you know I was in the cave? And I was like, that's a great question, Henry Cavill. How did he know you were in the cave? And he's like, I'm rich. I pay to, and have, any source of information. And another thing that he gets and they bring in breakfast, which I love the face that he gets when they bring in breakfast. And I was like, oh, he brought in cheese and bagels. Big fucking whoop. I eat grapes every day.
Go back. Is that those little Easter egg, things?
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. I think, hold on. You give me 2 seconds. Right there. See? There. What? Oh, that's a little Easter egg.
Those little Nestle eggs or whatever. Yeah. It's like, oh, if I can get those for breakfast, wow. They're usually just seasonal. Wow. And some Rice Krispie treats and some of them little pedophile cakes and shit.
All right, I take it back. This is a great breakfast. This is great for breakfast.
So healthy, so healthy.
And then he mentions Sparta and gold and a shipment, and like this was all planned, obviously.
Right. Planting the seed.
And then he's like, you must come to my birthday next week. And he's like, fine, I'll come to your birthday. Pull my arm.
We're best friends now.
Yeah. So he walks in.
Yeah, he keeps on mentioning about the shipments to him. Saying, I got a bunch of money coming in. I hope nobody robs that shit.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah. I'm going to say that. I'm going to tell my dad. I'm going to tell my dad all this.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's at the birthday party and he's like, the Count of Monte Cristo and everything. He's like, and he doesn't recognize him and stuff, but the wife does. She's all like, what's going on here? And everything.
A ghost.
Yeah. And he's like, and then I love when he's like, can I steal your wife? And he's like, what? He's like, for the walls and everything. So then she starts dancing with him, which by the way, when they were dancing, they were bumping into people. And I was like, rude. I'd have been like, hey, fucker, 6 feet. Didn't they teach you how to waltz in the Azkaban prison, you fucking dickhole? So in pops, what is this Clarion guy's name? I don't remember.
Belfour.
Yeah, Belfour. Thank you. Belfour. So he's all like, they're all sitting here chit-chatting and everything. And he's like, and he goes, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm sorry. I invited him. I'm like, that's rude. Jesus Christ. Everybody knows the rule. If you get invited to a party, you don't invite other people to the party. Duh.
Unless you get +1 or you're told to invite somebody.
Exactly. I'm like, so rude and everything. But he invites him anyways. So then right here, he's like, hey, I need to talk to you, fucker. But Mercedes is all like, hey, you got to give the toast. And he's like, no, you do it. And he's like, you're his father, fucker. He like adores you. And he's like, well, then he'll forgive me for this or whatnot. And I was like, oh, that's so mean.
I got a gluten allergy. Fuck it. I'm not doing it. I get
toast. So these two are chit-chatting. He's like, my son told me that he's got a shipment coming in. He's like, what we'll do, we'll park it at the harbor, and then we'll be like, it has to stay overnight. We'll steal all the shit from it. You take it over to these ruins that I know about, and we'll split the money. And he goes, I love how he goes, I'm gonna need 70%. And he's like, and yet you're only gonna get 50.
He's like, okay,
it's a deal and everything.
Negotiation.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so then,
God, you can see his teeth coming back up there. They were coming right at you. Did they shoot the movie in 3D? Look at him. Oh shit. That's some Jaws stuff going on right there. That's like a Bond villain. Yeah. Oh wow.
It's so bad.
Have you danced with my teeth in the pale moonlight?
Vampires.
Oh yeah. You know, Guy Pearce is like rocking the vampire look. He could have been in freaking Tom Cruise gay vampire movie.
Interview with the Vampire. Yeah. He could have. Okay, so then she goes to give the toast, and the Count of Monte Cristo, he steps up and he's all like, sorry, I begged if I could give the toast, in place of the father and everything. And then he's like, when I was in Rome and those motherfuckers had him in the cave and they were going to cut his finger off and his dick hole.
Yeah, he was all like, going to put something in his dick hole. I swear.
Yeah, I swear. He was all like, do your worst. And I was like, dude, that's pretty fucking bad, but also badass. Bro. And I love how his one friend's all like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, you told them and everything.
Yeah, right, like, the dick hole. Yeah.
Yeah. And then everybody's like, he's like, and then I can't remember. He's like something about waves and the sea. And he's like, you looked at that storm and you said, do your
blow me.
And he's like, and that's how life is. You say, do your worst. And if you come out on the other side, alive, then you're stronger for it or some bullshit like that. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm like, didn't you guys die from like fucking, like the cold and shit?
Yeah, right. He looked at the cold and he's like,
we're still in the times of if you get the cold, they're like, oh, let's just drain your blood out of you and you'll
get the leeches.
Get some bugs on you and shit. Okay. So then they're all happy. Yeah. Okay. So then he's gonna leave their little house and he gets in his carriage And there's his ex and everything. And she's like, Edmond, I love you and everything. She's like, why are you doing this to me? He's like, I'm not your Edmond.
Get your lady dick off me, bro. I can feel it. I can feel it against my thigh, please.
He's like, I'm feeling very assaulted right now. Get out of
yeah. Calm it down. He's like, turn the carriage around and everything. I was like, and so takes her home. And you know, and then he gets you know, Gustav, whatever his name is, Jacopo, and he's like, you ever fucking do that again, dude, and I will fucking bury you, motherfucker.
So Jacopo gets it so hard in this movie. Like there's rarely like a single scene where he's actually like complimentary of him and all that. He's like, dude, man, I was just trying to get your dick rubbed and all that.
Right, exactly.
And, you know, you haven't had a Yangtze ever since you got out. You know, I check your sheets, man. Ain't no pudding stains. And you know, and he's like, every single time Jacopo does anything, he's just like, don't be a dick.
Yeah. He's like,
Jacobo's just like, I'm trying to get that Christmas bonus here.
Those coins.
Yeah, well, he threw away his finder's fee, so like, on that beach and everything. So
he's like, I want to go back down to that place, you know, where it's like Super Mario Brothers down there. There's coins fucking everywhere.
Yeah. So then we get the robbery of the ship. And Dangler here is all happy and everything. He's like
he's keeping one of those for himself.
He's keeping two chests. He's like, take two for us. They won't miss them. And that's our cut and everything. And this is where we get Luigi making out. And then all of a sudden the soldiers show up. And he's all
it was a setup.
It was a setup.
What?
And he's like, I was set up by, you know, yeah. And then we get the Count of Monte Cristo. He is behind him. He's all like, you're gonna die, fucker. And then he's sitting here and they have a little fight. Hold on. And I love how he's like throwing everything at him. He's like throwing like this stick and everything.
I'm gonna cane you. Look at he launched at him with his stupid little cane.
Yeah. And then crap, I fucked this up again. God damn it. Okay, so then he swings him. He like wraps a rope around his neck, and then he swings him off of the bow of the ship, right? And he's all like, and he's got a hold of his coattails, and I was all like, "Don't ruin that coat. It's a nice coat." And he's all like, well, he says something like Edmond Dantes or whatnot.
He's like, I'm not really a sandwich. I'm fucking Edmond Dantes. And he's like,
yeah. And then he's like, now don't touch my mink coat. And then he starts strangling and everything. And then I love how when he's walking away, he's like, cut him down before he can't talk. And I'm like, no, that's what you want. You don't want him to talk. You don't want him to talk at all and everything.
Yeah.
So then we get to talk.
I mean, I don't. Yeah. So then we get this bathhouse scene, right?
So gross.
And so I was all like, so he turns up the heat, and I like how this guy's all like, no more heat, it's fucking hot in here. I'm like, don't be a fucking pussy, yo, come on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, the French are such pussies. Okay, so but so he's all like, hey, I want to talk to you about Edmond Dantes. And he's like, what are you talking about, Edmond Dantes and everything? And he's all like, you said, and he keeps turning up the heat the whole time. And he's like
steamy.
Yeah, and he's like splashing his face with water, and I'm all like, this guy's in a fur fucking coat, and he's barely cut a sweat. You are like drenched in sweat. You need to calm down. Like you're like being such a little bitch.
He's coming down off the X, you know. It's like, dude, I did 3 tabs earlier, and like I don't need this shit in my life.
Right on. So this is where we get the conversation about the dads and the the agreement. So then we get the scene where Fernand kills oh gosh, what's the dad's name? The dad of Claire, what is that, whatever his name is, Clarion. And then they drop the smoke, the steam and everything, and soldiers are there listening the whole time. And they put him in this little carriage, right? Now I loved this part right here. Okay. The reason I love this part right here. So he gets in, right? And inside the thing, we see a pistol, and he's like, for an end for a gentleman or something like that, or an out for a gentleman or something like that.
Yeah, and the pistol says Pepperidge Farms remembers.
So I love how he picks up the gun and he's just gonna do it. He's like, fuck it, I can't go to jail and everything. And he pulls the trigger, right? And as soon as he's done pulling the trigger, he's like, oh motherfucker. And then there's Jim Caviezel. Yeah, he's like, you didn't think it would be that easy, did you? I was like, you were ready for that, fucker. You were just right there and everything.
Well, the message, you gotta think of how fast he's moved. They walked him, put him in, and then this bastard ran.
Just rolling, you know?
Exactly.
And he's like, I'm gonna run and jump up on that shit when I hear the click of the pistol, and I
boom. Yeah. Do you think he's like, Jacopo, watch this? He's gonna do it, and I'm gonna be right there to fuck with him and everything. And then he's like, so good.
Jump scare.
He doesn't break at all. He keeps the straight face. You know, they had to take like 30 takes of this.
Maybe.
Yeah. Up and
I just flip him off.
Right.
So then he goes home. And there's Mercedes. Now, Mercedes, I tell you right now, Edmond must have gave her some good dick because she is constantly like, "Hey, I want to get it on with you and everything." So she shows up.
Must have, because all he gave her was, remember, she just tied that piece of string around her.
Exactly. Yeah, which I forgot about until just now. And she's like, because she holds it up and she's like, I told you I would never take it off of my hand and everything. And she's like, and it never has left and everything. And so then they
smells so bad.
Yeah.
I can't get one of these little silicone rings to last me more than 5 months. But her fucking her string hasn't cut off the circulation. Yeah. Like I don't know, hon. I don't believe that.
I don't believe her either. I think she just kept she just keeps
on grabbing stuff out of the laundry, like wrap that shit around there.
I think she took it off years ago. She just grabbed a new one
years ago, and right now before she left the house, she's asking the housekeeper.
Yeah, she's had a baby. Swelling happens during that time. It's like, but you're gonna keep that around your freaking fat little chubster finger.
Chubster finger. So then they fuck and everything. And he's all like, listen, my plan's still got to go down and everything. So she wakes up the next day and he's like, oh crap, put your clothes on. And she's all like, so she goes home and her husband.
The statement is for him that Monte Cristo wants to take their son and run away, but it's or take her son and run away, but it's not. It's Fernand. And she goes running home and you can tell the shock that she's like, oh shit. Wrong guy.
So she goes home.
This doesn't seem like a smart plan, though. Like her heading home by herself. This is like sending your kid to Rome, basically. Like, this is a dangerous situation here.
Yeah, like I agree. Yeah. As soon as she was like, I'm gonna go home, I'd have been like, don't go home, just stay here. Just stay here in this nice house.
I'll send Jacopo over there to kick his ass,
Yeah. Send Jacopo to get your son and bring him over. You guys can have some breakfast with those Easter eggs and shit while your husband gets murdered. Totally fine.
Like Jacopo said earlier, I could go down there, shoot him, stab her. It's a good plan, though.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Eat some Easter eggs, head on out, boo.
Yeah, exactly. So Guy Pearce is packing and he's like, I've made arrangements. We'll be taken care of and everything. He's like, but we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Where's my son?
But we're poor too.
Yeah, I'm bankrupt. Yeah, he says I'm bankrupt. And she's like, I'm not going with you. And he's all like, oh, I knew you were a little whore and everything, jumping at the first, rich guy that come at you. And then she reveals that Henry Cavill is not his son, that it's Edmond Dantes' son. And that's why she married him so fast.
Which again is different than the book.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The book, he really is Ferdinand's kid because she holds out and pines for Edmond for like years before she finally breaks down and marries him.
Okay.
That's
I kind of like this change in a way.
Yeah,
I guess.
Me too. I do too. I also like it because she's not.
But I didn't hear it for years, like the first time that I saw the movie. But after she says that, he goes premature, and at first I just didn't. It wasn't clicking with me, but he was saying saying that the baby was premature and all that. So
yeah,
didn't get it at first. My bad.
Right on. So then he runs off to these ruins here, and he gets there, and there's all these crates and everything, and there's nothing in them.
Yeah,
but he opens up one, and it is the chess piece that he was given to. And he pops out, and I love how he just shaves his beard and his little goatee or whatever, and he's all like, "Hey, now you recognize me, fucker?" And I'm like, "No, I recognized you before." I'm like, "You still look like Edmond." And he's all like, you ruined my whole life, fucker. Why? And he's like, I wanted what you have. You should want to be me, not the other way around.
You should have gave me that damn whistle, bastard.
Exactly.
There can only be one. Now they're gonna Highlander fight.
Right.
Do it.
So then they do fight, and he breaks his sword. I was like, man, I thought you were rich. That sword broke real fucking fast.
Yeah.
So
teeth. Sorry.
Right. Hold on. Let's get his teeth. Hold on, because his teeth are gnarly. So gnarly. So big. There we go. There we go. God damn.
Oh, man. That's how he broke that sword. He just bit right through with those chompers right there.
I feel like you gave him fake teeth which I just go, why? Why did you give him fake teeth?
I don't know. But you can build a dam with that shit. Yeah, that's great.
So then, okay, so in walks Henry Cavill because he's gonna save his papa. And and he's like, you stay away from him. I thought you were my friend, and everything. And then mom walks in and she's all like, listen, I have to tell you something. He is not your father. It is this man right here, the man you know as Count of Monte Cristo.
So, Fernand's like, yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
You kind of are a little bastard. So.
Yeah. And so
child support has been for naught.
Yeah, right. So then he's like, listen, he's like, Fernand, just go and everything. And then he's like, if you shoot us, you're only gonna get one shot. And he's like, well, then I'm about to make it count. And he shoots it, but he does hit Mercedes, but he only hits her in the shoulder. And I'm all like, I think she's gonna survive. She's fine.
Oh yeah.
But then Ferdinand, right? He's gonna get out of there and everything. Now he'll be poor, but he's gonna get out of there, right? But he's looking off into the distance, and he's like, fuck that noise. I'm gonna get my revenge. And I'm like, what revenge? And so he rides back, right? And he's all like,
I'll get that whistle.
Yeah, he's like, Edmond, you get your fucking ass out here right now. and so he's like, we're gonna fight, fucker. And so they fight and everything. And
so pretty good fight.
It was a pretty good fight. But he does stab him right in the heart. And before he dies, he goes, what about your mercy? And he's like, what does he say? I'm a count, not a saint. And I was like, ooh, because the priest said that. The priest said that.
Did Napoleon write that for you? It's always sending me shit. Always sending out those fucking chain letters. Forward this to 5 other counts, or you'll have bad luck.
So then I love how Henry Cavill like knelt down, like he's all sad, but he's like trying to take it in. I'm like, listen, you got a rich papa now. Yeah. So then we get 3 months later, right? We're at Chateau d'If. And he's all like, hey, priest, you were right. I used the money for bad things, for revenge and everything. Sorry. But Alakazoo and Avada Kedavra and shit. And then he's like, I bought this place because I can't remember what he says. He's like, I bought this place. And I was like, you bought this? But you bought a whole fucking to destroy it and everything. But I was like, you bought a prison? What kind of money do you have?
Did he buy the prisoners too, or did they
buy the whole island?
He's like, yeah, he bought the whole. He's like, no, I am the warden now. It's time to whip you guys.
Yeah.
It's your yearly.
We definitely wanted a building that smells like death and butt sex.
Exactly. Right. That's great. You know they were fucking those prisoners. They were like, it's your yearly fucking. Like
it became Chateau Queef.
That's what the whipping's metaphor for.
So then they hug it out, and then we get this God will give me justice line and on the wall, and that's the end of the movie. Yay! Okay. Now I want to ask you guys real quick and everything, but some questions. But before we do, I just want to say, was there anything you guys wanted to mention about this movie before we wrap up that we didn't talk about this whole time? We'll start with WhiteBear. We'll start with you.
Let's see. I guess just how the movie was shot. It still reminded you of, I guess, how some of those older movies like 60s and early 70s, when they were trying to do timepieces and all that, how it had kind of a stage and a setup and then a classic ending, and it ends with, that going back to that verse, written on the wall. I felt like it was like to me, kind of like a modern day classic in a way. That's why it was, one of the movies that I just absolutely loved. But no, I just love the way that the movie was shot. There could have been a few things that were, that could have been improved, but I don't know. Yeah, that's other than that, that's really all I have to note on it.
Right on. Vetta, what about you? Was there anything that we want to talk about that we didn't mention in here?
Nope.
No? Okay. Cool. I just want to mention that I love all the costumes and stuff. Like, that was just like the whole time. I was just like, oh, this is nice. It's so nice. Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you guys, the last thing was, overall of this movie, what did you think? And would you recommend? WhiteBear, we'll start with you.
Oh yeah, like ever since I first saw this movie, loved it. And this is the second time that I've been on with somebody, who has, basically what's one of your all-time classic favorite movies and stuff like that. And it's I would definitely recommend this every day, because it's a movie that I think about any age group can see, with some slight maturity and all that. It's a good moral lesson. It's just great character work, and shows a variety of how people can handle money, finances, failure, family matters, and all that, and also grab the same piece of lint and wrap it around your finger for years. Right. I feel like that's the thing. So
I will say though, she didn't need a fat ring, so that was a plus. That's a green flag. She was like, right. I will take the shittiest ring. It's fine. I just want to get married and have babies and be a wife and everything. I was like, all right, you win, green flag. Vetta, what about you? What'd you think about the movie overall, and would you recommend?
I liked it a lot. I mean, there were some changes from the book, and they definitely simplified the general story. It's probably the best adaptation I've seen of this, so I really liked it. I would recommend it.
I would recommend it also. I really love this movie. It's so good. I loved it since the first time I saw it. So yeah, it's so great. WhiteBear, before we go, where can everybody find you at?
Let's see, WhiteBear Steam Games on YouTube. That's where I started up a new channel, and all I do is just play Steam games over there, and we're picking up a lot of traction here lately, so it's been nice. And I've got done with delving into doing politics all the time and stuff like that. Now I'm just enjoying my time, and have more time off of work now, so I can actually just play games and catch up on all the games I've missed over the past 10 years. So catch me over there on YouTube.
Right on. Yeah. I will make sure to leave a link to find WhiteBear on the internet in the description down below, you guys. But I just want to say thank you so much, you guys, for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BSDrunkPod to stay updated. And also, if you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review. We could really appreciate it and everything. I'm sorry. WhiteBear has changed his picture to teeth. Also, you guys. All right, we're also. Okay, so we are on YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, you guys, we do have a Patreon if you guys are interested. We have plenty of different levels to suit whatever needs you guys are interested in. Over there, we do review movie franchises. We've done Jurassic Park. We've done the Scream series. We've done Bring It On. We've done all the good ones and everything, and we still have some good ones to go. So go over there. The link for that will also be in the description down below. But most importantly, you guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye.
Bye. Waka waka.